Hey yo, what's up and welcome. I'm the one and only West Coast King, and welcome back to the Galacticos series here with the LA Galaxy in MLS. We're heading into the fourth and final season of this series, and I'm pretty sure this season is going to be one episode. This is going to be the final episode because we're going to have two transfer windows, but I don't think I'm going to be buying anyone else. I'm pretty set with the team that I have, unless people get unhappy and want to leave, and I might do some minor deals there, but for the most part, the roster is complete. And here is the team that just won us our third consecutive MLS Cup in 3 seasons, our second consecutive US Open Cup, and our very first Supporters Shield. Not bad, 6 trophies in 3 years. I will definitely take that, but this is season 4. We're going for the treble. Once again, we won it last year. We definitely should be winning it once again, but I said last episode, we're bringing in Eric Bailly. I didn't stop there. I might have brought in 1 or 2 other players, maybe 3 other players. Honestly, I don't remember how many players I'm bringing in. It was a couple. I recorded the episode like 6 days ago. I don't remember everyone that I'm bringing in. I remember at least 2 other ones. I'm not sure, but let's get into the second day of the transfer window. Let's advance 1 day and see how the team is going to change. So are you ready to see this team? I'm not quite sure that you are, to be honest. Just to let you know how good this team is before I unveil the masterpiece. The preseason tournament that we're going to includes PSG, Manchester City, Juventus, and Real Madrid. This team fits in with those teams. Like, this is one of the best teams in the world now, undisputedly. It is an insane squad. So, if you're ready, here it is. So let's talk about this, shall we? As you can see, Bailly is in the squad, just like I showed you, and then I also brought in 3 more players. I just some pre-contract players I thought could kind of help the team a little bit. But let's run through this starting 11. So as you can see, I've switched the formation to a false 9 to accommodate all of our new talents. I'm not sure if this formation is going to work or not. This is kind of a test. We'll use the preseason tournament as a bit of a test here and see what happens, but keeping on the wings, we have Kluivert and Alphonso Davies. I didn't bring any new wingers, so they're going to stay out there and continue their development on the wings. We brought in James Rodriguez. The reason I wanted to do that was because, yes, I brought in Koke, 88 rated. Yes, I brought in Bailly, 87 rated. But I didn't go get that big, sexy, offensive, world-class talent that I wanted to have for this squad. So that's going to be James Rodriguez now. Koke remains in the team, still 88 rated, and will wear the captain's armband this season. We have Almiron still in there. Davies and Almiron are the only 2 MLS talents remaining in the starting 11, unfortunately, but that's kind of the way it goes. I brought in Naby Keita. We'll see how he does in this holding midfield role. I'm not sure how it's going to go, but I'm not sure how else to work the midfield, so hopefully Keita does a good job there. CDM is a position that he can play, but I think he's more of a box-to-box guy. I don't know. We'll have to see how things work out there. Across the back, we now have Leo Dubois, of course, playing in the left back spot. Bailly, our new addition. And then I couldn't bring myself to not bring in that Spanish center back, could I? I had to go get Sergio Ramos. I know he's 86 rated. He's declining pretty quickly, but he should remain at least, I don't think he'll go below 83 maybe by the end of the season. I would think not, so he'll still be fine to play in this team. And then we have Dalot whenever he comes back from injury. He might miss the first few weeks of the season, but I'm sure we can fill in someone in that spot until he comes back. And then, of course, Wayne Taylor, our youth squad academy goalkeeper, staying in net for us. And if you thought our depth was just stupidly good before, now look at who we have on the bench. Bosif moves down to the bench to join Kamara, who's, I don't know where the hell Kamara is going to play, but he's good enough. I want to keep him mixed in the team somewhere. We still have Barrios down here as well as the other Martinez, Tomas Martinez. Tyler Adams is on the bench now, along with Diego Reyes, and then a goalkeeper that doesn't really matter. Hopefully Wayne Taylor doesn't get hurt. That could be the one downfall. I might have to go get another goalkeeper, if I'm honest, because I'm not too confident with who we have the backup there. Dax goes down to the reserves with Jameson and Boateng and Trusty, who played amazing for us last season. Hilliard Arce, Romney. I mean, we have a lot of players down here that could most definitely be in an MLS starting 11, and they're not even making the bench for our team. Now, actually, I'm looking at this team, and one of the rules that I set for this challenge was that in the final team, someone, at least one player in the starting 11 that doesn't include a youth academy player, has to be from the country of the team that we're doing this challenge. So I have to have an American in this starting 11. Wayne Taylor, a youth academy player, that doesn't really count. I need a real player from the United States in this starting 11 with Tyler Adams on the bench. I don't have that anymore. And now that I'm looking at this team, it's going to be hard to fit an American in. I think there might be only one position that it makes sense to go get an American. All right, I have my boy. We just got to get him signed to a contract now. And it should be no surprise. It's my guy, former Sounder, U.S. national team right back, Seattle's own DeAndre Yedlin, coming in for the right back position. Like I said, Dalot's hurt. He might miss the first few weeks of the season, and I think Yedlin might actually be higher rated than him anyway, so there's going to be a healthy competition for that right back spot. I could have involved Dalot in the deal, maybe. He's still hurt. I'm not sure if I could have or not. It would have been, I'm not sure. I didn't do it though. Dalot's still in the team. But Yedlin is going to be our guy at right back, I think. So let's get him signed to this contract. He's going to be a crucial first-team player. I'll sell Diego Dalot if I have to. He's a great player, has way higher potential than Yedlin, but he's my guy, okay? Yedlin is my guy. Let's get Yedlin in this team, man. 4-year deal, absolutely no problems there. Disregard that release clause. He's actually in his final year of his deal at Leicester City, so I probably could have paid less than what I did. I paid $24 million for him. I probably overpaid, but it's my guy, okay? Leave me alone. I know what I'm doing here. I know the players that I want in this team. He should be making about 55K per week. Something like that. Let's go 55K. I've got enough money to do. I don't really care about the money anymore. Honestly, it's nice to be able to have that kind of a problem, if I'm honest. Let's go 5 mil. Let's go 4 million on the bonus. See what he says there. Come on, Yedlin. Join me here. 70K per week, 2.8. You know what? Whatever. I don't even care. I just want him in the team. And that should be the final piece of this puzzle now. DeAndre Yedlin is on his way back to MLS. And there he is, plugged into that right back spot. He is actually 80 rated, same as Diego Dalot. That's fine. That's fine. Yedlin, I think his potential is like 81 maximum, so he may or may not hit that this season. He probably will, I would think. He usually hits it around 26 or 27 years old. He's 26 now, so that is fine. There is his physicals. Whoo, 97 sprint speed, 94 acceleration. Oh my god, he's so good. He really is just an incredible right back in FIFA. I absolutely love this dude. So, yeah, there it is. He's in. The squad is complete. So I said I was going to use the preseason tournament to test out this false 9 formation with this team. Test successful, I think we can say. This is the final of the preseason tournament. We beat PSG 4-3 on pens. The only game we lost in this tournament was actually to PSG in the group stage. We played them second in the group, and I didn't want to play the starters all 3 games in the group, so I used the reserves against them. We lost 3-1 in that one, but we beat the rest of the teams. We beat Manchester City, we beat Boca Juniors, and we beat Juventus, and then we came back with the starters, and we beat PSG. So, yeah, if we're beating teams like this, how do you think we're going to do against the rest of the MLS? So we're not even through the month of January yet. We're like January 26th, I believe. Here are a look at our finances, how things are going for us. Our shirt sales per week, $10 million. $10 million per week in shirt sales. Our wages are only $1.6 million. Do you realize how much of a profit margin that is? That is absolutely obscene. And our goal for the year for shirt sales was $168 million and $1. I don't know where the $1 came from, but basically $168 million. We've already done $175 million. $175 million in a little over 3 weeks. That is ridiculous. All right, so we're up to the start of the regular season now. I was originally planning on not playing any games until the MLS Cup final, but because of last season when I talked a lot of crap heading into the start of the year, the very first game against Minnesota, and I didn't play all that great. We won, but it wasn't a great performance by us. I want a chance to redeem myself. So, season opener, we're in Sandy, Utah to take on RSL. There is the squad. Let's see if we can't make a statement here in game number 1. All right, here we go. God, I hope I don't do what I did last season. There's no possible way that with this team, I don't win this game. I want to score at least 5 goals. I think that's a reasonable amount of goals to score against a team like RSL with our squad. So let's see what we can do here. James, already nice play over here to Kluivert. What? A save by Horwath? Who the hell is that? He absolutely blasted that. How did he save that? Keita's coming forward. He sees a gap. Naby Keita fires off the crossbar. Follow up by Keita. Are you serious? By absolutely. He came in and just ran that man over. That was just disgusting. Disgusting behavior. That's a fantastic ball. This time James on it. He's not going to make a mistake. He does not. James Rodriguez gets us our first goal. This false 9, I like the attacking options going forward, but the movement in the midfield's not that great. I might have to play with some instructions, but 25 minutes in, we finally have that first goal. Like, I know the talent that's in this team, and I've been trying to do a little bit too much with it instead of trying to keep it a little bit more simple. I think simple might be kind of the way to go here. Almiron, what a shot! That was anything but simple. The pass, I think, got slightly deflected, and it bounced up, and Almiron did not care. He just fired it into the back of the net on his left foot, and that is 2-0 shortly before halftime. That was not deflected. That was just a weird pass by Keita, but a great finish by Almiron. 2-0. Uh-oh. Oi, RSL. RSL, wow! Okay, signs of life from RSL. Not bad. That was actually a pretty decent play. Good look as well, but shot wasn't good enough. Well, there's the final whistle. I mean, we dominated the hell out of the game. I think it's me. Like, I can't play FIFA anymore. The last few weeks, I've been absolute trash at FIFA. I don't know what's going on, but that definitely was not the team's fault. The RSL did absolutely nothing, put up 0 fight. I just sucked. We won the game 2-0. RSL had 1 shot. It was a decent look, but they didn't even hit the target. We only scored 2 goals, though, and that was absolutely all me. With that team, I should have put 10 on RSL. All right, the regular season has come to a close. We've gotten all the way through it, and I will let you know, we did not go undefeated this season. Unfortunately, we ended up taking 3 losses throughout the year. Not too bad. Some of the results were very, very close. It wasn't a complete whitewash like I thought it was going to be. But before we get into the whole playoff picture, let's go ahead and take a look at our results from this year. Starting things off here in the month of March, you saw me play this one against RSL and the 2-0 win away there. Then moving on, we played Philadelphia at home, beat them 3-1. We beat Seattle 4-1 at home before taking a 1-1 draw away at Providence Park in Portland. In April, we started off with a 2-1 win away at Chicago, a 4-1 win over reigning Eastern Conference champions New York Red Bulls. Not too bad there. A 1-0 win away at Vancouver. Very impressive considering Vancouver finished in 2nd place this season. Our first US Open Cup match of this season, a 5-0 win away at Columbus. And then we got a 1-1 draw away at Sporting to finish off April. In May, quite a lot of fixtures here, but we did quite well. A 2-0 win in the Cali Classico against San Jose. A 3-1 win at home against Colorado. 1-0 win against Montreal. A 1-0 win away in Toronto. And a 1-0 win at home against Orlando. So a lot of 1-0 wins. Very, very close results, but our defense was just insane this season. There is our first loss of the year, though, away at Houston. They're not even a playoff team. But that is not the last time we'll lose to this team in this season. I don't know what the hell happened with Houston, but they were our bogey team this year. I don't know why we couldn't beat them. We did bounce back, though, and beat them at home at StubHub 2-0 to finish off May. In June, another win over second place Vancouver, a 2-1 win over Colorado on the road, another win over RSL at home, another draw, well this was a draw against San Jose on the road. We really struggle against them on the road for some reason, and then a 3-0 win in a very short month in June. Only 2 games in the month of July, but that did not stop us from losing one of them, and it was a 1-0 loss away at Dallas, but we bounced back with a 2-0 win against Sporting. And in the month of August, this was kind of the big one. We had a couple of US Open Cup games and a lot of games in the league. But we start off with a 4-0 win at home against Portland. A 1-0 win in the quarterfinal of the US Open Cup against Atlanta. We seem to play them in the US Open Cup every single year. 1-1 draw away at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. 2-0 in the semifinal against NYCFC. And then we had a 4-1 win against New England. And then to finish things off with, we had 1-0 against Columbus, 3-1 against Minnesota, and there is Houston again, and there's our 3rd loss of the year. In September, things picked back up for us. 3-0 at home against Atlanta, 4-1 against Dallas, 1-0 against DC United, and in the US Open Cup final, we knocked out the Philadelphia Union 2-0, so there's our first trophy of the season. And then the final month, the month of October, we had 3 matches. We beat Colorado 2-0. We drew with NYCFC 1-1 away, and then we finished the year 2-1 away at Children's Mercy Park in Kansas City. And here are the final results from the regular season. We finish in first place on 83 points. Yes, it is another supporter shield for us by quite a comfortable margin. Vancouver in there in second place on 61. They're kind of miles clear of 3rd and 4th place Colorado and Seattle. So Seattle fell off a lot. They had a bonkers year last year, if you remember. I think they finished on 83 points. Just an insane season from them, but they could not replicate that. And then Dallas, one of the teams that beat us this season, in there in the final playoff spot on 47 points. And in the Eastern Conference, NYCFC tops it at 65 points. I have actually finished 2nd overall in the league on points, so really good year from them. They gave us a few problems. I think we drew with them once away at Yankee Stadium, so they're a pretty decent. They're a pretty decent team. Atlanta's right there on 57 points. New England had a good year on 57 points as well. Philadelphia, they made the US Open Cup final. They also make the playoffs with 53 points. And New York Red Bulls, the team that we faced in season 1 in the MLS Cup final, they're back in the playoffs on 52 points. Toronto, actually, the team we faced the last 2 years in the MLS Cup final, narrowly missed out on the playoffs. Well, I say narrowly. They missed it by 4 points. That's quite a bit, but they're not going to be there this year. And the playoff quarterfinal is now set as well. So we have NYCFC taking on New York Red Bulls in a little Hudson River rivalry in the playoffs. I like that. As New York Red Bulls knock out Philadelphia in the 1-game playoff, Atlanta and New England are the other matchup in the East. In the West, I was really kind of hoping that Seattle could do the business against Dallas and knock them out, but instead, we will face one of only 2 teams that managed to beat us all season long in the quarterfinal. I'm not sure if I'm happy about that, get a little bit of revenge, or if I'm worried. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how the first leg goes, but it's going to be Vancouver and Colorado in the other matchup in the West. So here we go. The last time in this series, we have the start of the playoffs. We're away at Dallas in this first leg. We're going to go with our best starting 11. We're fully fit. We're fully healthy. No injuries to worry about, except for maybe Bradford Jamison. He might still be coming back from... He's had 2 long-term injuries this season. He might still be on his way. I'm not sure. He's not really a big factor in this team, though. The starting 11 is what matters, and they are healthy. So let's see what happens here. Are we gonna take another loss to Dallas? Is this really how this is gonna go? What is it with Houston? It's the Texas teams, and we only lose in Texas. That's literally the only state we lost in the entire season, and we lose for the 4th time this year in the state of Texas. What the hell? And moving on to the second leg now, we have 1 change to our team. Tyler Adams is in. Naby Keita is suspended with yellow card accumulation. So, or maybe it was a straight red. I didn't even see. Maybe, did we take a red card in that first one? Doesn't matter because Tyler Adams scores. And that puts all worries to rest there. To be fair, we beat Dallas 4-1 at home this season in September. So very recently. I'm not too worried about this one. Tyler Adams scores again. Maybe I didn't need to bring in Naby Keita this season. Tyler Adams is kind of a beast on his own. I already knew that, but I went for the higher rating. Maybe that was a bad idea. I'm not really sure. But coming to the end, Davies adds another one, and it's a 3-0 win against Dallas. We're moving on to the semifinal. And so the playoff semifinal is set, or the conference final, whichever one you want to go with. In the East, it's NYCFC, the #1 seed, moving through 4-0 over New York Red Bulls. Not a big surprise there. And then we have New England beating Atlanta. Slightly surprised. I know they finished tied on points this season. And I know we took Atlanta's best players, but I still kind of expected Atlanta to win that one. In the West, it will be LA Galaxy and Vancouver. So here we go with leg number 1. We'll be on the road in Vancouver for this one. I had a bit of a selection dilemma on my hands. I had to decide whether or not I wanted to put Keita back in. What is it about that spot that they're just scoring goals now? I did decide to go with Keita over Tyler Adams, as you can see, and apparently that worked well. And Keita asked to play this game, so I'm glad that he's coming through for me, but Vancouver does equalize. Typically, we get a 1-1 draw in these first legs anyway, and it's not a problem. So if we get a 1-1 draw here, or 2-1 win, thank you, Justin, not Patrick. Patrick's his dad. Justin Kluivert, 84th minute winner, 2-1 to LA. And for the second leg, back at StubHub, no changes for the team this time. I'll leave Keita in there. I mean, he played well. I might as well go with him. So there we go. James gets the scoring started. I haven't actually looked at the stats this season for goal scoring. I know that Koke was again leading the Golden Boot race towards the end of the season, and Almiron was right there with him. I don't know where James was though. Koke actually gets hurt. That could be a bit of a problem. Although I might just bring Tyler Adams back in. I will if it's a thing that he can't recover from. Keita scores again, and it's a 2-0 win, and we're moving on to the MLS Cup final. And so it will be the LA Galaxy hosting top seed from the Eastern Conference, NYCFC, in a very interesting matchup. I haven't played them in this series, so we'll see how this thing goes. We will be without our captain, Koke, though he can't come back for this one. He suffered some broken ribs, out 6 weeks. So Tyler Adams will return to the team. Keita will slide up into Koke's spot. Honestly, not missing too much, although Koke is once again the leading scorer this season, just narrowly. And unfortunately for him, the 3 players that are right behind him that could catch him, 2 from NYCFC, 1 from LA Galaxy. So I'm not sure if Koke will hold on to that golden boot. We'll have to see how this thing goes, but the team is set. We're ready to go. Let's bring home title number 4. So here's a look at NYCFC's starting 11. A lot of familiar faces in there. I will tell you that the person in second place in goal scoring this season is Tajuri Shradi on the left-hand side. I'm not sure if that's how you say his name or not. That's the best I got for that. But he's only one goal behind Koke. Hopefully we can keep him quiet here today. All right, here we go. This is going to be actually my last recorded game of FIFA for FIFA 18. So let's try to go out with a bang, boys. Let's do the damn thing. Kluivert waiting on the overlap of Keita. He gets it, sort of. Keita coming forward. Keita nicely done. And another one. Beautifully worked. And there is the first goal of the MLS Cup final. That was exquisite movement and passing from the squad. And I believe that is James, the first goal scorer of the season. The guy who scored the first goal with ends up with the first goal of the MLS Cup final as well. And I never changed the squad numbers all season. He's been 42 all year long. Oh, that's embarrassing. Oh, well, at least he's scoring goals for me. Oh, that's great passing by NYCFC until Bailly gets back. I mean, the ball rarely gets to our back line, but when it does, it just gets shot down. Almiron looking for a pass for James. What a ball for James. He's going to lay it in there for Alphonso Davies. And that is 2-0. We're only 22 minutes in, and we're all over NYCFC. All right, we have a free kick here with James. Let's see what he can do on this one. Can he get it up and down? What a save by Sean Johnson. How hard is it to score free kicks in FIFA 18, man? That one looked perfectly placed, and Sean Johnson just wasn't having it. Good defense by Dubois. And keeps it in. What a ball by Dubois. How in the world did that even just work? And it springs James. He's going to have a shot. What a save. It's going to fall for Davies. And it's saved again by Sean. How in the hell? I don't even know how we got that chance. Dubois just did a madness over there. Looking to create something here. Plays it in there for Keita. Keita in there for Almiron. Leaves it for James. James! It's deflected and into the back of the net for the third goal. I don't know how I feel about that one, and we'll take it though. It was a good look for James. It was on his right foot though, not his stronger foot. It was a very weakly shot, but what are you gonna do? It happens. One more look. Like, it was good build up. I mean, the passing was very nice to open up the chance. The shot was right at Sean Johnson. There's no way that goes in the back of the net without that deflection. What is NYCFC doing? Like, they do realize they're about to lose MLS Cup, right? Because they're just passing the ball around. They don't really care what's happening. Sergio Ramos steps in that one. He's trying to win it back. Ooh, that was a nice ball, though. Herrera for Burgett. He drops it back to Ring. Back in there. Yedlin gets in the way. We clear it away, and that's going to do it. I mean, nothing really happened in the second half. NYCFC had the majority of the possession, but they just passed the ball around. I couldn't get close to them to tackle it, but they didn't really do much with it either. So, kind of a boring second half, but that doesn't matter to us. We have the lead. We have the win. We have our 4th MLS Cup. So here is a final look at our squad and the final ratings for this Galacticos team. We have Justin Kluivert at an 85, James at a 90, Alphonso Davies at 86. I trained him a little bit at the end of the season because he was close to getting there. I thought I'd just push him over the edge, get him that 86 mark. Miguel Almiron got to 85, Keita at 89, and Koke at 88, and that is your Golden Boot winner for the 2nd season in a row. Koke, in simulations, he is an absolute monster. I have no idea what the hell, how he's scoring that many goals from midfield, but that's 2 years in a row he's won the Golden Boot. Across the back, we have Leo Dubois at 83, Bailly at 89. Ramos did decline quite a lot. He's down to 83, but, you know, whatever. It's the last season, so I don't really care. And then Yedlin actually got to an 82. He grew by 2 this season, kind of unexpectedly. And then we have Wayne Taylor, our goalkeeper, at an 83. Now, if there is anything that I wish I had done differently with this squad, I wish I had not brought in Naby Keita for this final season. I wish I had just stuck with Tyler Adams. He'd been here since almost the beginning. He deserved to keep playing in that spot, grow a little bit with his squad. I don't think I needed Naby Keita either. I think Tyler Adams would have done a great job. They're different players, and I actually think Adams was probably a better fit for this squad with what he does. But, I mean, there's no denying how good Keita is. When I played the 2 games with him, the first game of the season and this MLS Cup final, he might have been the best player on the field in both matches. He is incredible, both defensively, on the ball, and going forward. He just does everything. He's a great, great player, but I really wish I had stuck with Tyler Adams. And the other thing I wish I had done differently in this final season is instead of going into the calendar and quickly simming through matches, so what I'm doing is I'm not actually going to the sim match screen so I can see what's going on in the match. I'm just skipping over the game entirely. Because what happened was, they didn't always play my best players. James only made, I think, 19 appearances in the league this season. Yedlin only had about 20 appearances. I don't know what happened. Somehow Martinez, who shouldn't have been playing very much at all, he's on the bench, had 33. So I don't know what formation they were doing. I mean, obviously it worked. But James was on the field almost like never. I'm assuming most of his appearances were in a reserve role as well as a substitute because he only scored 6 goals this year. I scored 2 of them, 1 in the season opener, 1 in the end. So he really didn't actually play like at all this final season, which is a little disappointing, but it is what it is. We accomplished our goal anyway, but I wish I had just taken the time. It would have taken like an extra 2 hours to do them all individually, but I probably should have done it that way. So that is going to be a wrap for the Galacticos series here in the MLS. I'm thinking of bringing this back in FIFA 19. Obviously, we'd be doing it in a different league. Mexico seems to be a favorite one I keep seeing in the comments. Maybe somewhere in Europe as well. I'm not sure really what I'm going to do with this series yet, where we're going to take it from here. But that's also going to be a wrap for FIFA 18 as well. That's my last recorded video of career mode in FIFA 18. The only other recorded video I'm going to be doing is my own personal team of FIFA 18, featuring my favorite players that I've used throughout the entirety of this year. I'm not sure if I'm going to include any of these Galacticos players in it though, because I only played, what, 8, 9, 10 games total in this series. I didn't really play with many of these players, so I'm not sure if I'll incorporate them into that team or not, but that video should be coming out within the next week or so. But that is going to do it for this one. If you did enjoy it and you're looking forward to FIFA 19, make sure to let me know by leaving a like below. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you when FIFA 19 rolls around. See ya.